Hi, and welcome, John Morris Show on a Wednesday, mid-March. Glad you're with us today. John Morris Show presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. And we are here live every weekday morning, 9 to 10. We've got an extra show coming up today. It's at noon, live from the Brazos Landing. So hope you'll come and join us there today or tune in. Be fun to be at the Brazos Landing this afternoon. The Matt Mosley Show follows 1 to 3, so you could camp out there at the Brazos Landing from noon till 3, and it'll be a lot of fun. Our plans there are to make it sort of an NCAA preview show. Tweety Carter will join us. That'll be fun. Talk about his NCAA tournament experience playing and now coaching with Baylor. So come join us at the Brazos Landing today at noon, or right here, noon Central. What do we, coming up, Jerry Hill will join us coming up in a few minutes, our regular weekly visit with Baylor Insider Jerry Hill. We always appreciate him and his time. Baylor baseball played last night. Not good. Played Kansas State, that midweek game and non-conference game. Kansas State was coming up from Houston, where they won 2 of 3 from the Cougars over the weekend. And I got to do the game last night on TV with Matt Menard. That was fun. So fun to be out at the ballpark last night. Beautiful evening and a beautiful sunset at one point. So Baylor Ballpark, you know how it's situated. It comes out from home plate toward the river. The river is beyond the outfield wall, and that's looking north. So this time of year, the winds start to shift around, and they're predominantly southerly winds. So the wind blows out most of the time. Once it gets warm, the wind is blowing out at Baylor Ballpark. And after the time change, you're going to have some issues with the setting sun. Games that start at 6:30, like the one that did last night, or anytime late afternoon, you're going to run into the sun. So the sun field would be right field, first base, second base, that side of the infield, and the outfield. And it's a real issue in the setting sun. I feel bad for our first baseman and opponent's first baseman a lot of times because a throw across the diamond from third base, even from short. I mean, they're looking right into the sun as that ball is being fired at them at 90 miles an hour. But our guys like Tice Armstrong, who plays first base, they get used to it pretty quickly. But I say all that to say, after the sun sets, and last night was a great occasion of that. I've got the picture on my phone that I took. We'll see if we can get it to you and get it up. But it was the most beautiful sunset last night. You look out, again, across the left field fence, and then even in foul territory, just looking west from the ballpark. And it was just a gorgeous red and orange-hued sunset last night. And we showed it on TV. I got a shot. The picture that I have is of our TV screen, the shot of it, and then the actual sunset beyond the TV screen. But it was just beautiful. And it was a nice night out there last night. It got a little cool when the sun went down, but it was 64, I think, at first pitch, in the mid-50s when the game ended. So that may have been the highlight. The sunset last night may have been the highlight because it was not a highlight game for Baylor. K-State had come up from Houston, where in preparation for the game, I found out they played three run rule games against the Houston Cougars. All 3 of them, run rules. First one was 20-8 Kansas State. Most runs they'd ever scored in a conference opening game. Just blistered Houston 20-8. Second game, 16-1 K-State beat Houston on Saturday. So they're feeling pretty good. They've scored 36 runs in the first 2 games of the series. They come back out for the Sunday finale. K-State looking for the sweep. And they lead the game 6-5 going to the 8th inning. And then it's an 11-run eighth inning by Houston, and they run rule Kansas State in the third game of the series. It was so wild to have 3 run rule games, 2 wins by Kansas State and 1 win by Houston over the weekend. So that's the K-State team that then on Sunday bus to Waco. They were here for an off day on Monday, then played the game last night. I think spent the night here last night. They'll head back to Manhattan today. But so they played 3 run rule games. And last night is rocking along. They take an early lead with a couple of home runs, actually 3 home runs early in the game. They've got a 6-1 lead on Baylor, then a 6-3 lead on Baylor. And you're hoping the Bears can, silence their bats and come from behind. And it just didn't happen. And K-State kept on scoring a 7-run 7th inning last night. And they run rule Baylor. 13-3 was the final score. So Kansas State just put it on the Bears last night. It was a combination of Baylor used several pitchers in the game, which is not unusual on a Tuesday night. But some of those guys were just, to be honest, really ineffective. And K-State is swinging the bat pretty well. They averaged 9.5 runs per game. And they just put it on the Bears pitching staff last night. Remember when we had Sean Snedeker on with us Monday, and he explained his sort of mantra about free bases, staying away from giving free bases. And there were, I think, just 3 walks in the game last night, which is a number you can live with for the most part. But then all 3 of those came around to score. And so it just, accentuates the point that Sned makes about don't give free bases. There were 4 home runs. K-State hit 4 home runs in the game. And most concerning was 2 of those by guys in the bottom of the order who had not hit home runs all season. And they had their first of the season, both of those guys last night against Baylor. So 4 home runs, 13 runs, and a 13-3 run rule 7-inning game last night. Bears dropped to 11-9 on the season. Again, this is not a conference game, even though it's conference rivals, Baylor and K-State, non-conference midweek game. And K-State goes to 16-5 with the win, so they're playing well. They're in one of the national polls at number 24. They're not in all the polls, but 16-5. They are playing really well, and they're going home to play Arizona State in Manhattan coming up this weekend. Baylor's headed to Stillwater to play Oklahoma State this weekend. Another thing that I sort of knew, but I'd forgotten until preparing for the game and visiting with Brian Smoller, who does a terrific job play-by-play for K-State baseball and women's basketball. They, in Manhattan, Kansas, they have trouble finding opponents for midweek games. There's just, I'm not going to say it's the last outpost in Manhattan, Kansas, but there's not a lot around there in middle part of the state of Kansas. And so they have trouble finding opponents who will either come in or even places they can go. So they're always on the hunt for a good RPI building midweek game, Tuesday night game. And that was a large part of the reason why they stayed over after the Houston series, came up to Waco and played Baylor last night. So makes a lot of sense. It's a good RPI building game for Baylor as well, but it would have been better if the Bears had won. I think, I know this, going into the game, Baylor's RPI was 47. K-State's was 36, and not sure where it stands after the game. But that's, relative to where they are right now. It's still early in the season. So that was last night at Baylor Ballpark. Tough night. It was 90s night. I got home and my wife said, hey, what was the crowd like? And I said, it was pretty good for a Tuesday night. It was a nice night to be out. Students were back from spring break. So there was a good number of students there last night. The spirit squads were there, like yell leaders were there. And that's a nice touch for a baseball game. You don't expect that. But it was a pretty good crowd there last night, and that was fun to see. It was 90s night was the fan engagement promotion for the game, and they gave out some pretty cool T-shirts. I didn't get one of those, but a Baylor T-shirt, like a jersey. You know what a jersey is? You know that term?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. Kind of a T-shirt jersey is now a jersey, so they gave out some of those last night. So good job by fan engagement for getting a good crowd out there, and thanks to the fans that were there last night. So lost that game 13-3. I'm driving home, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, World Baseball Classic, where do things stand? So I was completely plugged into the Baylor game, had no idea where the game stood, USA and Venezuela. Garrett, did you watch that one at all last night?
I watched a large portion of it.
Okay.
And then I think it was going into the 8th inning, my son was done. So I had to it was time to go get him to lay down.
I
wasn't able to finish the game, but I did get to see a large portion.
Well, I picked up about the time you dropped off, okay? Because driving home, I turned on the radio and found it on Sirius XM last night, and it was 2-0 Venezuela when I turned it on. And so driving home, tight game, I'm thinking, come on. I've got this USA pride, I don't want nothing against Venezuela, but you want to win this game. And right as I was about halfway home, Bryce Harper hits that 2-run homer that ties the game. And it was just terrific. I mean, you could feel it. Game being played in Miami and national pride and all that stuff. And he hits the 2-run homer that ties the game at 2-2. And then at that point, right about then, I got home. I guess that would have been the 8th inning. Is that the 8th?
That would have been the 8th, yeah.
So I get home, and let me say this. Terry and I have been married for 42 years, and part of the reason is I don't come home from a game and go watch a game. When I get home, immediately watch a game. So I spend time with her when I get home, and then eventually I come back around to WBC, and the game's over. They're in post game, and I found out that Venezuela won the game. But gosh, that whole thing, the WBC was just really, really cool this year. I can't say that I've ever paid any attention to it before this year.
I haven't either. I've seen in the past where, it was a couple years ago when Japan won, and it was a big thing and all that. But this year was the first time I really dived in, paid attention, and it was remarkable.
Same.
The atmospheres are unreal. I don't know how we can get that type of environment to America on a regular basis. I don't think you can, but man, it was surreal. I think the competition, and I also think the having the hockey with the 4 nations a few years ago, and then this with the USA, and then playing, I think it all in the Olympics.
That's a good point. And the Olympics,
all has drawn the eyes and the attention that you wouldn't have in the past, and then the product matches that.
Yeah.
Where I think that's a big point in it. But no, it was cool to see Venezuela win. You want to see America win, but at the same time, to me, I'm looking at it these guys grew up with no financial advantages and everything, and it just meant so much to that country. So it was a cool moment for them.
It really was. I mean, I would have preferred USA to win, but you got to be happy for Venezuela.
Oh, absolutely.
And one of their guys said post game, I think he may have been on the set with Fox, said this is the biggest win in our country's history.
It means so much.
Think about that. That's huge. So it was fun to see that and the way they celebrated. And actually, when I came back around to it and turned it on, they were doing the medal celebrations. Presentations.
Right.
And when I first turned it on, I didn't know who had won, but I saw them presenting the medals to the USA guys, and I immediately knew by the look on their face they were not getting the gold medal. And then I looked, and it was a silver medal. So, but this year, everything just fell in place. And I think you're right. I think part of it is kind of on the heels of the Olympics and USA hockey, men's and women's winning gold, kind of stirred that USA pride. And then you go right into the World Baseball Classic, and here's Team USA again. I mean, those jerseys, man, USA. And
the messed up thing was that you hate to see it. It happened to both the USA and Canada, but they come out the pregame with the hockey jerseys, and then they lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's right. So whatever it was really invigorating, and it just drew me in this year for the World Baseball Classic. So that was a lot of fun to see, even in a loss. I thought it was great. And congratulations to Venezuela, the WBC champions, crowned last night in Miami. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Want to remind you about not one, but 2 card shows coming up here in Central Texas. 2 of them, folks. This week, this Friday and Saturday at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. It's one of the largest, longest running card shows in Central Texas, really anywhere in the state. Two full days of buying, selling, and trading sports memorabilia. National dealers will feature a wide selection of vintage and modern trading cards, programs, autographs, all that good stuff there. JSA authentication services will be on site both days. This is at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame in Waco this Friday and Saturday. Celebrities that will be there: Alvin Robertson, Greg Hawthorne on Friday, Mel Renfro, Lake Seastrunk, Beasley Reese on Saturday. So come on out to the Texas Sports Hall of Fame Friday and Saturday. If you're a collector of any sort, you will, I promise you, you will enjoy what you'll see there and what is available there. The hours are 11 to 5 on, let me make sure got that right, 11 to 5 on Friday, yes, and 9 to 4 on Saturday. So that is this week at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. On the web, theautographsinc.com. Then there is another card show next week, next Saturday and Sunday. It's at the Mayborn Center in Temple. Saturday, 11 to 6, Sunday from 10 to 4. The website there is topnotchcardshow.com. topnotchcardshow.com. So 2 of them, 2 big ones here in Central Texas. Maybe you'll hit one. Maybe you'll hit both of them over the next couple of weeks. I don't know how. I'll ask Britt Britton how different the vendors might be from one week to the next. But first one is this Friday and Saturday at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. The next Saturday and Sunday at the Frank Mayborn Center in Temple. All right, John Morris Show on a Wednesday. We are brought to you by the Brazos Landing, where we'll be for a live show today, noon to 1 p.m. Come join us. Come visit and enjoy the quiet atmosphere of the Brazos Landing's French Quarter with its beautiful river views. They are open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., lunch and dinner. Remember the $12 lunch specials. See if this whets your appetite. Prime rib chicken fried steak, bourbon maple glazed bacon BLT, red beans and rice. Add in some of those great hush puppies and much more. That's on the $12 lunch menu, available today, every day at the Brazos Landing. The Brazos Landing in Waco, where I-35 and the Brazos River meet. We'll be there live today. Come join us right there, right off of I-35, right across the river from Foster Pavilion, right across the interstate from McLean Stadium for the Brazos Landing. Take a break and be right back. John Morris Show on a Wednesday.
Hey, it's Zach Gelb. We're talking NFL and college football. Plus, we have some of the biggest interviews in sports media. You got to check out the Zach Gelb Show right here on 365 Sports, weekdays, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 3 p.m. Central. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/@Zach Gelb Show.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
We're celebrating the declaration of deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Are you looking for top-shelf sports talk about the West Virginia Mountaineers, where you can get objective analysis, but with the passion of a fan? Well, look no further than right here at Couz's Corner. I am Justin Couz Walker, the host of Couz's Corner, and you can find my show on demand over at YouTube. Most shows are uploaded by 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also check out my live post-game reaction shows. My special guest interviews, you can find it all on YouTube at Couz's Corner. Go check it out.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back on a Wednesday morning, John Morris Show. As we like to remind you, brought to you by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Great folks there at Alliance Bank. My stop is 7 locations across Central Texas. My normal stop is right there on Highway 84. Very convenient. Ricky Thompson, kind of a revolving door, me coming by to visit with Ricky, but also Eric Sharrow and Todd Moore and so many others are there at that Highway 84 location. But 7 convenient locations around Central Texas. Congratulations to Alliance Bank, voted by Forbes 2025 Best In-State Banks. And they're available on the web, alliancebanktexas.com. We appreciate them greatly. Let's turn our attention to basketball. Jerry Hill will be here and join us next segment. The NCAA Tournament is underway. Did you notice the first 4 began last night? This is the time of year when people find out where True TV is on their cable system or satellite or whatever provider. I mean, how often do you watch True TV outside of the NCAA Tournament?
Never. I never do.
I don't think so either. But you got to know where it is now because these early round games are there.
You absolutely do. And I noticed like the past few years, like I have this little guide piece of paper, which I have no idea how I've kept it for almost a decade. And that I have to go to it this time of year
for True TV.
To find where True TV is.
That's funny. I mean, this has got to be the peak of watchability of True TV.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
That's funny. So the games began last night. First 4 games for the men. Well, let me talk about this. The women's first 4 begins tonight. If you want to do some scouting, Baylor's first round opponent, the Baylor women, will play at 1:00 on Friday in Durham, North Carolina. Tonight in Durham, it is the play-in game. 11th seeds Richmond and Nebraska matchup. Richmond is 26-7 on the year. Nebraska is 18-12 on the year. And the winner of that game tonight, and at 6 p.m. on ESPN2, if you want to do some scouting, the winner of that game advances to play Baylor at 1 p.m. on Friday. So we'll know Baylor's opponent after that game this evening, Richmond versus Nebraska. The other women's first round game tonight is Stephen F. Austin and Missouri State. They play at 8:00. It's on ESPN2. SFA, Lori Fogelman's alma mater, is 25-9 on the year. Missouri State is 22-2 on the year. So that's the women's play-ins for tonight. Now, the men's began last night. There were 2 games in Dayton, and the 16 seeds matching up, Howard and UMBC. Howard, I think of when I hear that school is the first thing I think of is Gus Johnson's alma mater. Gus, who does terrific work for Fox. And they were playing UMBC. And the first thing I think of with UMBC is they were the first 16 seed to ever beat a 1 seed when they beat Virginia a few years ago. So that was the matchup in Dayton. First game, Howard over UMBC 86-83. So Howard advances into the main draw by virtue of that win in the first 4 last night. Second game was Texas and North Carolina State. And the winner there advances to on to Portland into the main draw. And Texas won that game 68-66. I think it was a last-second shot, wasn't it?
It was the last-second shot.
It was, yeah.
Yep.
I saw some highlights of that this morning. So well done by the Longhorns as they win and advance into the road for Will Wade and North Carolina State for this year at least, as they fall in the first 4. 2 more first 4 games tonight. And it is, 5:40 on True TV tonight. 16 seeds Prairie View A&M and Lehigh meet up. And then at 8:15 on True TV, Miami of Ohio and SMU. Now, Miami of Ohio was the darling of the college basketball world for most of the season as they went 31-0 to start the season. And then late in the year, the conversation began, well, what if they lose a game? What if they lose in the conference tournament? Will they still get in the NCAAs even though they started 31-0?
I don't understand how you can even have that conversation. I understand the seeding and only having one team come out, but at the same time, you went 31-0.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're playing, what league, anything. That is extremely difficult, and you have earned your way to play in the tournament, in my opinion.
Well, it was really close. I mean, they did lose in their conference tournament. Their one and only loss of the year, so they didn't get the automatic bid. I think it was UMass that beat them in the conference tournament. And they had to sweat it out a little bit on Selection Sunday, and they were the last team in. So they were 68th of 68 teams getting in the tournament. So that's how close it was. I mean, you felt like they had done enough to be in solidly, but it apparently was very, very close.
And I think it's just because of the stipulation and only having one team go in.
Sure.
But, man, your resume speaks for itself. It is so difficult. I think that's why earlier on in the year when Arizona was rolling, right, and they were undefeated, you need to take a loss early because you don't want to have one later on.
That's right.
I think you need to take an L early and just kind of avoid these situations. But also, you don't want to enter the tournament undefeated because more than likely you're going to get bounced early real quick.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, good point. So Miami and that great story this year, now they got to take on SMU tonight to advance into the main draw, and that'll be tough. I would not be surprised. I don't look at odds or anything like that, but I'd be surprised if SMU wasn't a favorite over Miami of Ohio tonight.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the spread, but I would not be surprised if the Mustangs won.
Right.
Yeah,
I know.
They're really good.
I know, exactly. So that's the life of a mid-major. 31-0 start to the season. You may be out before the ball really starts bouncing in March Madness. It is tonight at 8:15. It's on True TV. SMU is 20-13 on the season. These are 11 seeds looking to move into the main draw. Oh, okay. Here, I'm looking at it on ESPN. It says SMU is a 6.5-point favorite. So
that makes sense.
It does. But Miami of Ohio, see what they can do to maybe pull off an upset and move on. So that's the NCAA tournament. First 4 games, women's and men's, continuing tonight. The main draw begins on Thursday. Thursday and Friday this week should be holidays, so people can just either gather together or go to some restaurants that have a lot of TVs and just watch games all day.
I used to work with this guy at the hospital, and he was from Kentucky. So I know you'll appreciate this. And he took off every year for March Madness. Like, you knew when it's coming around, his vacation was coming, and you were not going to see this guy for like a couple of weeks.
That's funny. Understandable. I can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I can tell you this from personal experience, it's much better to be involved in being on site and doing games in March Madness. But we'll try to get a group together and watch the games on Thursday and or Friday, maybe both this week. Should be a holiday for the first 2 days of the NCAA Tournament. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by our good friend, and we hope yours, Jerry Hill, Baylor Insider, will join us coming up in just a moment. We are brought to you in part by Kish's Complete Car Care, family-owned and operated. Kish's Complete Car in Waco has been serving Waco drivers since 1998. Voted number one auto shop year after year, located at 5300 Franklin Avenue. 5300 Franklin Avenue, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Give them a call and schedule your next service. You'll appreciate the cleanliness of the place, the hospitality, the tech-savvy ability of everyone that is there at Kish's Complete Car Care Center, 5300 Franklin Avenue in Waco. Take a break. Jerry Hill joins us when we come back.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Football talk and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back. John Morris Show continues on a Wednesday morning. Our regular weekly visit with Jerry Hill coming up. We're going to connect with Jerry. He came in the studio the last couple of weeks, but taking care of some business in the office this morning. So we'll connect with him and get him on with us coming up momentarily. One other note Garrett reminded me of during the break when I was talking about Baylor baseball yesterday. Last night, the loss to Kansas State, another result that kind of got my attention. Our friends in Stephenville. Tarleton State beat number 2 Texas last night. 6-1 in Austin. So that is a big win for. No, are they number 2 or are they number 1?
They were number 2, I believe. Let me double check on that.
Yeah, I think that's right. But then Texas softball is also number 2, hosting Baylor this Friday and Saturday. They're number 2. All right, yeah, got it.
I'll say Jerry's here.
Gotcha. But a big win for Tarleton State to go to Austin and beat the Longhorns last night 6-1. Congratulations to them. Let's welcome in our good friend Jerry Hill. Thanks for being with us. We had your spot reserved here, but thanks for connecting with us.
I apologize. I got tied up a little bit after Bible study and couldn't make it over there. Not that I forgot about you, but
you're a busy man. You're much in demand. I understand.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us. Pretty good. Nice blurred black background behind you. We were talking about baseball. That was a rough one last night, wasn't it? 13-3 loss to Kansas State.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, John, it's a 6-3 game going into, I think it was the 7th inning, and that was when they gave up 7 runs. You just hate to get run ruled anytime, but particularly at home. So, and that's 2 out of the last 3 games that they've been run ruled at home. So, it was a rough one last night. But like I said, you were right there until the 7th inning. And it was a little bit similar to what game was that? Was that the Sunday game where you're right there and then all of a sudden it just kind of gets away from you? So, some of that's pitching depth and midweeks are tough when you don't have that kind of pitching depth. So, hopefully they can get it turned around this weekend when they go to Stillwater.
That's true. And they've got some guys that are banged up and nothing really serious. I mean, easy for me to say, but they've got some guys that just aren't available right now. And several of those are pitchers. And that's where you really feel it, like who's available for a midweek game.
Yeah. And then, you've got Lucas Davenport still on a pitch count and Stefan Stahl has been out. I mean, those are key people that you really need to get, going or get back. And so, I think that definitely hurts you. And like you said, particularly for a midweek game when you're just struggling to find, who are we putting in next, that kind of thing.
Right. True. All right. 13-3 loss. Bears go to Stillwater to play Oklahoma State. 3-game series this weekend. It's a big series, and you wonder what Oklahoma State team will show up there. They're at home. They got swept by UCF last weekend. Baylor lost 2 of 3 to West Virginia last weekend. Right. This is a really kind of a key early in the conference season series.
Yeah, first one on the road, and John, I mean, I think going into it, not that Baylor would have taken it, but going 1-2 against West Virginia wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, they're a ranked team, they're the defending conference champion, and it's first time you'd beaten them, I think, since like 21 or something like that. So, that just getting that win, but I think it was just the way the series ended, getting run ruled on Saturday, then shut out on Sunday. So just, it was a rough stretch there, but I think if you can bounce back and win 1, win 2 in Stillwater, and then you get Houston the next week and then BYU. So you've got a stretch here where you can maybe make some hay, but you got to get it done.
All right, in softball, interesting out-of-conference weekend ahead. They're playing Texas, the number 2 team in the country, in Austin on Friday night, in Waco. It's sold out to Getterman Stadium on Saturday.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the way they used to do the conference series. Sometimes it would be like 1 down there and then 2 here or vice versa. So, that's kind of like old scheduling, but and getting them in a non-conference, I don't know if this was a bye week in conference, and it seems like there's a lot of teams playing non-conference teams this weekend, so might have been, but I think it's great. I mean, obviously Texas is, one of the premier teams in the country, been to the World Series. I think it's a great test for this team. Off to their, best starting conference. I think I had read, John, since like 2017. So It's been a while. They've had a 5-1 start to conference play. And I think, going on the road and taking 2 from UCF, I think that was huge. And that was after losing the first one when you actually out-hit them. So I thought the pitching held up really well this weekend against UCF, and see how they do this week against Texas. And And I guess you can look at it two ways. I mean, it doesn't hurt you in the conference race.
Yeah.
And you do get tested against one of the elite teams in the country. How do we stack up? What do we need to do from here? So I'm not saying it doesn't hurt you, but it doesn't hurt you in conference at least.
Yeah. And Texas, number 2 team in the nation, the defending national champions. I mean, it's a great RPI building couple of games there for Baylor also. So that'll be fun to see. And I like how Glenn has continued the series or games, at least with Texas, and they'll play Texas A&M coming up later in the season. I think that's great that he continues those series.
And I'm of the opinion that, pretty much all the sports should be playing the in-state schools. I know some of them have had an issue with, the ones that have gone to the SEC or whatever, but when they're right down the road like that, Texas and A&M both, less than 2 hours away, an hour and a half away. So I think it just makes really good sense to play them when you can, because I think probably across the board, it helps you in I would say in every sport, it helps you RPI wise. So it just makes sense when you do that instead of, traveling 2 time zones to play somebody else.
That's exactly right. We were talking earlier about K-State and baseball.
Yeah.
They in Manhattan, they have trouble scheduling midweek games. Sure. There's nobody around them, or there's very few opportunities around them. I mean, they'd kill to be within 90 miles of a Texas or a Texas A&M or something like that. So it makes a lot of sense, and that'll be fun. Getterman Stadium is sold out for the Saturday game, but Glenn said, hey, check and see. There may be some tickets available. We want to make sure it's not only sold out, but every seat is filled, because and you remember how well those Texas fans travel up here.
Oh, yeah, they do. And John, I had looked for somebody, a ticket for somebody else, and I think you could find them on, I don't remember if it was Ticketmaster or what, but it was like $400, $450.
Are you serious?
For a ticket to a Baylor softball game.
Wow.
So they are in high demand, apparently. Yeah. So that's incredible, though. That's great, though, that they're going to sell it out and it'll be a packed stadium.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So that's softball this week, home and home with the defending national champion Texas team. How about basketball? The women leaving this morning, headed for Durham, North Carolina. Yeah. We'll find out tonight. Richmond and Nebraska play tonight, find out their first round opponent. Is this the second year in a row or the second time in 3 years that they don't know their first round opponent until a play-in game?
Second time in 3 years. So when they went to Blacksburg 2 years ago, when they played Virginia Tech in the second round, they had to wait. And I think it was maybe Vanderbilt that they wound up playing. But yeah, it was same type of deal. So yeah, it's different. I mean, but I think Nikki made this, point the other day was, it's not like Nebraska and Richmond can really spend a lot of time on Baylor. So it's not like they have extra time really, because they had to focus strictly on this game just to get through this game. So I think the only thing that helps them is that they're playing. I wasn't even sure if this was the case, but they are playing they're playing there in Cameron Indoor. So that helps them in the sense that they'll already have a game under their belt in that arena.
Right.
But that's really the only advantage. But John, when I looked at the bracket, I thought it was actually pretty good. Now granted, Duke's going to be highly motivated if you get to that point because you beat them at the beginning of the year. But again, it's a team that you've been on the court with. You know them. I think they had a bench player that wasn't there available for that game. And I think I'd seen where she's averaging maybe 8 or 9 points a game. So it's not like they're a completely different team. I think they're playing better because they won the ACC championship. But I did not think it was that bad a bracket. You could have gotten a lot worse. You were 6th seed and you're playing on the road. But again, I think it'll be fun for them. Cameron Indoor. If you remember, John, that was where Baylor played their first NCAA tournament game. Right. 25 years ago. They played against Arkansas.
Is that right? Yeah.
They played against Arkansas in the first round there in Coach Mulkey's first year and lost that game at Cameron Indoor. But I remember that trip. That was a cool trip to go on. And I don't know, this doesn't even matter. But the thing I remember about that trip was going into the Duke bookstore and asking if they had Duke baseball shirts. The guy was like, "We have baseball."
Really? No, that's funny.
Yeah.
That I actually did that game because Rick May and Lori were doing the games at that time. Rick had a wedding that weekend. His daughter got married that weekend, and she had asked way ahead of time, "Do you think we're safe, in March, middle of March to schedule the wedding?" And Rick says, "Oh yeah. Our season will be over." Baylor had never made the NCAA tournament before.
Right.
And sure enough, they make the first one, and he can't do the game because it's his daughter's wedding.
His first, that would have been his first NCAA tournament.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I felt bad, but it was fun to be there and to broadcast. You're up in the crow's nest. I mean, you're literally up in a crow's nest looking down on the floor. Lori and Derek were talking about that trip. Lori was telling Derek about the vantage point there. So that'll be fun for the women. Good luck to them against either Richmond or Nebraska on Friday. Men headed to Las Vegas for the college basketball crown. What are your thoughts about the crown?
John, I think at this point, and I hope like the whole team gets to play, but I think at this point you want to play, you want to keep playing. That's the thing. Yeah. And I think Coach Drew made the point of saying this is almost like, the first step for next year. But he also made the point of, hey, we're playing for a championship. So I think that's the right attitude. And that's what a lot of these type tournaments come down to is what's your attitude going in? Are you happy to be there? Or, are you excited about playing for a championship, that kind of thing? So I think if you have the right attitude, and certainly this is a good Baylor team. I think back to some of the games that they played, and I felt like they were playing really well towards the end of the season. So I think getting another chance to play and playing in Vegas again, they played there earlier this year. So, I think it's great, John. I don't know about you, but and now you have to sit around and wait.
Right.
That's the only thing I worry about.
That's the strange part, right?
But everybody else does too that's in that tournament.
And it's Baylor in Minnesota in the opening game on April 1st in Las Vegas. Coach Drew's going for the Triple Crown. You realize that?
I saw that.
So there's 3 coaches who have coached schools to wins in the NCAA tournament and the NIT. That's a good trivia question. Coach Drew is one of those. No coach has ever coached his team to a national championship, NIT championship, and a crown championship. So going for the Triple Crown.
Triple Crown. I love it.
Triple Crown.
We'll just go with that. The Triple Crown.
You need to go with us to Las Vegas.
Okay. I'll get on board.
It seems like we've been there a lot lately, but kind of know the lay of the land there in Las Vegas. All right. What else coming up this weekend? Track and field, or get your thoughts on track and field wrapping up the indoor season. And really All-America honors for all 3 that advanced to the national indoors.
Yeah. I think, John, in a sense, it was disappointing that you only took 3. I think last year it was like maybe 9 entries, but you made the most of the 3 that were there, with DeMario Prince and Tariah Kelly, both winning bronze medals in the 60-meter hurdles and 200 meters respectively. And then Molly Haywood placing 4th in the pole vault. So, 3 entries, 3 All-Americans, and the women actually finished top 25 with the 11 points that the 2 girls scored. So overall, a really great way to cap off the indoor season and go straight into outdoors this weekend in Fort Worth at the TCU Alumni. And I think this is right, John, because he was telling me, I guess it was when I talked to him on Saturday, Coach Ford, he actually left Tuesday to go to Poland.
Oh, really?
He's there for the World Indoor Championship with Trayvon Bromell is there. And I believe Casey Lightfoot is there.
Wow.
And I think DeMar Francis is there as well, representing Jamaica. So it's a cool thing. So I'm guessing he's missing the first weekend of the outdoor season because he'll be at the World Indoor Championships.
How about that? That is great for him to follow those guys that certainly did great here at Baylor.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Anything else we need to touch on?
Men's golf just wrapped up yesterday, 8th place in their tournament, the Michael A. Marino Classic. Jonas Appel and Sam Dossie, another Dossie, I think this is the last of them.
Come on.
Both of them were right at top 20. I think they tied for 26th. So the men had a good tournament, not a great tournament. And I think I had this right. They had 8 rounds of subpar or better, or par or better. So a good tournament. Just as Coach Murphy said, they were missing like one score. Like they had their scoring, the score that they had to count was too high. So if it had just been a little better, and I was even thinking going into that final round, if they had finished 4 under, they finished 5 over. But if they had finished 4 under, they would have finished 3rd in that tournament. So that's how close they were to having a really good tournament. And they go to, I believe it's Carrollton for a University of North Texas hosted tournament starting Monday in Carrollton. So the Merido.
Your alma mater. You should be the
mater.
official starter for that.
Yes. Yeah, I should be. I'll hit first off the number 1 tee just to get the tournament started.
No, we don't need that. But just be the official starter.
We don't need that.
All right. All right, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. All right.
Thank you, John. Appreciate
Jerry
it.
Hill, Baylor Insider. Always great to visit with him, get his thoughts, insight, and perspective on Baylor athletics. Jerry, a proud University of North Texas grad. He would tell you, look at this diploma on the wall. It says North Texas State. So he's going to keep calling it North Texas State. And Jerry was actually the 1983 Journalism Student of the Year, News Journalism Student of the Year. And that should be on a diploma somewhere for Jerry Hill. Appreciate his time greatly. Let's take a break, come back, wrap things up, and look ahead also. We're brought to you by Waco Foundation Repair, locally owned and operated. Thanks to David Maddox, Waco Foundation Repair believes in one principle, one family helping another. They provide a full range of foundation repairs. They don't just do the job, they do it right. David, when he was on with us, told us free estimates. If you have any concerns, and here we are moving into spring out of winter, and you're out and you're seeing your foundation, maybe cracks, maybe you just have a concern there, give them a call. They'll come out for a free estimate for you, or go on the web, wacofoundationrepair.com. Take a break, be back, and wrap things up in the 9 a.m. hour right after this.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco. One of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Come buy, sell, and trade at the longest-running card show in Central Texas, the Texas Sports Hall of Fame Collector Show, March 20th and 21st at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. Come meet former Pittsburgh Steeler Greg Hawthorne and former San Antonio Spur Alvin Robertson on Friday. Saturday, former Dallas Cowboy Mel Renfro, Beasley Reese, and Baylor great Lake Seastrunk are scheduled to appear. Show hours are Friday 11 to 5, Saturday 9 till 4. Get your autographs authenticated by JSA both days. Dealers from Texas and Oklahoma will be exhibiting. For more information, visit theautographsinc.com.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Football talk and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show from the TFNB studios here on historic Elm Avenue in Waco. Thanks to Brandon McGinnis, Garrett Ross behind the scenes. I have sent them this picture I was talking about from last night at Baylor Ballpark. Take a look at this. And here's what I'm talking about. I hope it relays well. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? So that was sunset last night. Again, from our booth, from the TV booth last night, you see the shot as it showed on the screen, and then the actual sunset. It was just fabulous.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And like those are the moments that you can't take for granted right there. And I think Baylor has one of the best ballparks in college baseball. Like the as far as like the backdrop goes, when you get a sunset like that, you can't beat that.
Exactly. You know, looking out on the river, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, BYU has a nice vista out with the Wasatch Mountains there, and Utah has a new ballpark.
Yeah.
They just opened a couple of weeks ago, and theirs looks out toward the mountains also. That's pretty cool. Who else did you mention? App State?
App State's got one. It's like right in the middle of the woods. And then I watched Louisiana just drub LSU the other day, and their stadium is really awesome.
Really?
Their backdrop is like a forest in the woods. So it's pretty cool.
Wow, very nice. But that's tough to beat with a sunset like that at Baylor Ballpark. Always never a bad day at a ballpark. All right, final segment here. We like to share birthdays with you. We got a few, actually a pretty good birthday day after a great birthday day yesterday. Today's is the birthday of Beasley Reese, who was with us last week and was just terrific to visit with. He'll be one of the celebrities at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame card show this weekend. Beasley scheduled to be there on Saturday, but today is his birthday. So if you see him Saturday, wish him a belated happy birthday. And I'm going to either give him a call or shoot him a text and tell him happy birthday. Great guy, Beasley Reese, former La Vega High School Pirate, played at
North Texas when it was North Texas State, and then the Cowboys and the Giants, and finished with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Then went on to an Emmy Award-winning broadcasting career also. Was 17 years, I think, at KYW in Philadelphia. So Beasley Reese, right back here in Waco, here retired in Waco. His birthday today. Happy birthday to him. Other birthdays today, it is Paul Jobson's birthday, former Baylor soccer coach. He and Marcy co-coached the team. Then Paul took over. Marcy stayed home to take care of their boys, and now they both run the soccer program, the Warriors program here, and do a terrific job with youth soccer. So happy birthday to Paul Jobson today. It is Brea Hunt's birthday. Brea Hunt, her maiden name, now married, and daughter of Melvin and Carmen Hunt. Happy birthday to Brea, former volleyball player here at Baylor. It is Debbie McGuire's birthday. Joey McGuire's much better half. Happy birthday to Debbie out in Lubbock. Joe Sabatini's birthday, former Baylor pitcher. Happy birthday to him. And Mac Abernathy. A lot of you know Mac here in Central Texas. It's his birthday today as well. So that is the list that I have, and I don't think I'm missing anybody. Ken Kaluga's birthday is today also. Happy birthday to Ken. All right, that's all I have birthday-wise. Hope I didn't miss anybody. But we'd appreciate Jerry Hill being on with us. And a reminder again, we'll be back with you at noon, either right here, same bat time, same bat channel, different time, same bat channel, or come join us live at the Brazos Landing for our show from the Brazos Landing today, noon to 1, and that will be followed by the Matt Mosley Show, 1 to 3. So come be with us at the Brazos Landing. Tom and Sherry Woolsey are texting again saying, what time does it start? What time do we need to be there? And I said, come on. So we'll see them and hopefully see you there at the Brazos Landing today. And then, Lord willing, back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. here in the TFNB studios. Thanks to Brandon and Garrett behind the scenes. Thanks to the Brazos Landing and Alliance Bank, Central Texas. John Morris Show, and we'll be back tomorrow. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
At DeCampley's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. I've been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
Spring has sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.